In 2020, we were awarded the Equality and Diversity Award for National Mind, which actually resulted in us being on the National Mind Conference and getting the Leadership Award. It put a lot of pressure on us to describe our model, not just to say we're doing this, but how are we doing it? How can it be transferred? And so we were able then to successfully secure new income to really do a research project on the model. The Sakinah project came out of that work to basically look at how we can roll out the model of engagement, our model of community engagement and in-reach. Rather than people coming through our door, how do we go to those communities who struggle to access services? And so we really started a model or an intervention that says, we can't wait for people to come through our door. We have to go to where they work, where they spend time, where their safe spaces are, and talk to them about what we can do to help.
So the member of staff that went into the mosque was a Muslim woman. She talked to the imam and the community leaders. It wasn't just a matter of just coming in and saying, hey, we're Mind. It was really about building the relationships with the mosque, with the women in the mosque, but also the community leaders within the mosque too. And from that listening, a weekly project started, and we trained some of the women as peer leaders, also in mental health first aid, and the group really flourished during the pandemic.
It got to the point where they were asking for more groups. They were like, we want this to be more regular, and yeah, I think there were women that were like, this is the first time that I've been able to speak like this, or this is the first time that I'm sharing this, or this is the first time that I'm in a group like this.
People come together in a space where they don't know each other. Some of them, we have some participants who were very anxious about coming to a space where they didn't know anyone, so they came with a sister, and little by little they made it their own space and they felt safe enough to share things they have never shared elsewhere.
We touched on self-love and self-affirmation, so one of the groups were like, okay, we want to know more about that. We haven't heard about that. All we did in our lives was just roll up your sleeves and just get on with it, you know? Like, I don't even have time for me.
Being kind and compassionate and respectful and non-judgmental, it's free. It doesn't take a lot, but the dividends are enormous. It is one of the most invaluable things that you can offer another human being. They're able to just kind of be and own the things that they struggle with, or the things that they aspire to, or the visions that they have, the imagination, the creativity. I dare to tell you my story of how I survived. In terror did I hide from the earth as it fought and cried.
I am drowning, I am drowning. Clasp me by the hands and pull me back up. Don't let me sink into despair, for I know not if I can take the next gulp of air.
The hand pieces of drawings that I did, I was actually trying to find hope. Then when Aisha did like a sign where it was like a heart shape, it felt like I have people who love me, who care about me.
I loved one of the sessions that we had. The facilitator asked us, which flower do you relate to? I was intrigued by every woman there that was coming up with all these flowers and the reasons why. It was very much like, you know, we were coming together, and what I felt was that everybody's got problems.
Sakinah to me means it's my space. I can be whoever and whatever I want within that time, and I'm not being judged.
I lose my confidence completely, and
Then when I spoke with Sakinah, with the project, they helped me to recover myself very, very generous way. The first day I remember, I can't even speak.
I love to engage with people. I'm a social butterfly. When I first spoke to the Sakinah project leader, that's the word, that's the term I use for myself. And she celebrated that with me. She said, Aziza, that's a wonderful way to describe yourself. And now I want to be an advocate. I want to support any movement that happens to support women to feel empowered in society. That voice in my head that's telling me I'm not good enough, that stopped. So I now no longer need anyone else to tell me you're good. I can tell people what I've achieved and what I can do.
Every day was a battle and a struggle. I didn't want to live, but now I'm pausing. Like even like we mentioned, the pond, the trees, even like little things. Now I see the beauty in it, so it gives me hope and courage actually.
I do hair as well, ladies. So if anyone wants to like just start styling hair and
Allar কথা কই মানুষের কথা কই কোনো অসুবিধা হয় না আমার মায়া করে সবাই আমার মায়া করে আমার লাইক করে সবাই
My husband when passed away, nobody helped me. Going to this group is very helped me. I'm very happy for this group.
We need more projects like this. For the women like us, we don't want to be alone. At least it will help our mind. We'll believe that no, we are okay, it's just time, we will heal ourselves. But we need more and more support.
I wanted to take my peer leadership training to the school and say, I want to start this. I want to start this group for women, a support group where all of us can come together and we can talk about things that we can possibly change or just explore. You understand what somebody requires, even though that person hasn't told you. That's what I feel this community is. We don't know each other's stories, not in depth anyway, but we know that we need each other in some way. And just being there, being present is power.
I don't like to hear that a community is hard to reach, because that's not true. It's our responsibility to make sure that we go into the community and that we reflect the diversity of the community that we work in. And people need to have a voice in their own care, and not just community charities, but really statutory services as well.
What we found is that model is transferable to other communities. It's a model of intervention and engagement that can be used with the Roma community or with the trans community or with any community that struggle to connect with us. If one person feels excluded, we're not doing a good enough job. And if we don't challenge racism and challenge institutional barriers for services, for one person, we can't really expect everybody to come into our services. So it's really meant a lot for our organisation to be leading something really important. Health inequalities, reducing stigma and discrimination, they're absolutely the cornerstones of our organisation, and we have to do that better. If we really want to make a difference, people have to be able to access us, we have to be welcoming, and what we offer has to be bespoke. For me, it's changed our organisation, where people in our organisation and our clients can be their authentic self